like David said, everything starts with an idea. When you look at a creative process, really what you're saying is, how do you work is what you're asking, because it's not that the creative process is so elusive or hard to find. It's just that the people who are doing it are working. If you ask a construction worker, how do you work? They're going to tell you what they do. But basically what they're doing is they're doing the creative process. And you're like, what's your creative process, Mr. Construction Worker? And it's like, well, I go to work and I start building the structures needed to build the bridge, and we plan it out. We decide how much it can hold, how long it has to be, what materials we need. They design it and they build it. That's what they do. But if the construction worker told you, well, I go to work and, I have to drink a cup of coffee for about a half an hour. I walk around, kind of prepare my mind, and then I might sit down and lay down and sleep until inspiration hits me. And then I'll get up when I get motivated and work for an hour and then take a break and go take lunch, and you'd be fired. If you're a writer, you sit down and you write. You work. If it doesn't work, you rewrite it. That's what writing is. It's rewriting. So put something down, move forward, and finish it. It's all in the planning. It's all in building that structure of the bridge in order to know what you're trying to build, and then you build the parts for it. And I feel like, just like everything else, it's all problem solving. If you're having a problem coming up with ideas, be around other creative people. And I think that deals with, Barry said that, he has his workspace, he can work there, and that's where he gets his stuff done. And I think sometimes with ideas, you can't always just sit there and try to what's a good idea, and you can do it and try to work on some of them, but sometimes you have to get out and talk to people and build your experiences up so that the ideas kind of come out as something else. Go out and talk to people, find your other creative neighbors or whatever that you want to talk to and work with that might help you through those hard times as well. So you may have meetings with people for lunch, and that might be your creative space as well, to come up with, to get past those problems you may have. If you're a construction worker and you're trying to get through something, figure out if a material is going to hold up to what job you have to do, you call that manufacturer and you talk to them, or you call someone else that knows and talk to them and work it out with them and figure it out if that's what it's going to be that you need, or you go and move on to something else and then talk to someone who knows something about that. It's so in the same regard when you're doing filmmaking, if you're stuck on something and you don't know how to get past it, try to find someone you can talk to help you through it, who might have done it before or similar things, or understands that kind of process or that situation in a project that they did. But you have to keep working in order to get your mindset in that point where you sit down and work. All in all, I guess that's it at this late time at night. My creative process is all over the board, and I do it when I can, and right now it's after everyone's asleep. So I hope you enjoyed this. Feel free to respond or reply below, or tell us a topic you might want to hear about. Thanks.